Top of the clock. I hope all is well. Hope all is profitable. Hope you guys are out there crushing it in your notary business. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how I had my first 10 plus signing day this past Thursday. I've been in this business going on 7 to 8 years now. I've had 5 signings in a day. I mean, I've had 10 signing weeks, 15 signing weeks. To have 10 plus signings in a single calendar day is amazing. Really excited about the stuff we've been working here at Stamper Signings. So in today's video, I'm going to recap those signings that took place. I'm going to talk about the lessons that I've learned, and hopefully the lessons that I'm sharing with you, you'll be able to apply into your business so you can have your first 10 plus signing day. So let's get right into it. All right. So let's recap these signings. There were 13 signings in total. So we had 10 estate signings. We had 2 medical affidavit signings, and we had 1 loan closing that took place. So let's start from top to bottom. So the first signing of the day was a buyer closing. This is for a title company client that we've been working with for the past couple of years or so. They've been really great. They're a national title company, but they're not on the level of a like a Fidelity or Orange Coast, Old Republic, First America title companies of that stature, right? But they keep us busy. They normally will send. Now, I'm not gonna say normally. It had been a month since they sent us some business, but up until that month, they would typically send between 3 to 5 closings a month, which is pretty cool. Which is something that's pretty cool, considering that the majority of our business is estate signing. So we're grateful either way. So the signing went really smooth, no issues. Got everything signed, notarized, title company approved the scans, and we had the notary drop off those documents. And I was able to pay the notary same day for that closing, which is something that not a lot of signing services are able to do. So we were able to pay the notary same day for the closing, and everything worked out pretty well. And so the next 3 signings after that, these next 3 signings were estate signings. But the great thing about these estate signings were this is for a new client that we acquired. So let's dive deeper into this. So how do I acquire this client? Through cold email. I've been really locking in. I've really been locking in on our outreach and on our marketing. It didn't dawn on me until I want to say the first quarter of the year, where I had to step back from doing certain things within the business. And so with me stepping back from doing the scheduling and from filling the orders and closing out the orders, it was taking me away from my most important thing, was generating new business and getting new business in. And so as a result, I've been really locked in on my marketing outreach, and from the results of that, I was able to land a new client. And so by landing this client, which is a estate attorney, the cool thing about this estate attorney is he's also a notary, right? So when I was marketing to this attorney, I sent out 10 emails, over a 4 to 5 month period. And just from being consistent, he finally responded. Responded basically saying that I need a notary, not a notary, but I need witnesses for upcoming signing. Is this something you guys can help with? Absolutely. This is something that we can do. To make a long story short, we got on the call with this attorney, found out he's also a notary, struggling with finding witnesses for his signings, and wanted to be hands off with that process. So we were able to take this that scheduling, the witnesses taking that process out of his hands, and he trusted us with doing this. And so we were able to have him locked in for 3 estate signings that were taking place this past Thursday. So we got our first witness assigned. No issue. This witness is also a notary and a paralegal, which is just perfect. Just perfect. Perfect person that we're looking for to serve as a witness. And so when we get to the day of the signing, I get a phone call from the attorney and said, "Hey, is your second witness coming? Because the first witness is here, but I haven't heard anything from the second witness." So immediately got to get off the phone, and I did something that I never do. And I went into panic mode. I went into panic mode. And if anyone that knows me, Everyone that knows me, they know I'm pretty calm. I'm pretty reserved. I don't get too high, don't get too low. I'm not a person that panics in any situation. I try to acknowledge the situation for what it is, assess it, and then we find a solution to that issue. In this situation, all of that went out the window. I straight up panicked, just straight up panicked because I couldn't believe this was happening. And this was just a new client that we just landed, and one of our witnesses no shows. Not a good situation to be in. So we called the witness, not once, not twice, but three times. She just didn't answer the phone, and then she finally responded. She finally got back to us. She let us know that she was still stuck at one of her signings, and she was still stuck at another signing due to some discrepancies within the documents that she had, and she was running late. So you can imagine it's like, man, we prefer for you not to be late, but man, we're in a tough situation. I don't know if that'll be possible. And so, make a long story short, the attorney was able to secure two witnesses for his first two signings. So she knows, so not the first one and the second one. And luckily, she was able to be present for the third estate signing. So luckily, my first witness was there for all three signings, and then the second witness was showed up for that third signing. So you can imagine, man, it was a big learning lesson for me. No one's exempt from panicking. No one's exempt from panicking. The lesson I learned from that was just, not to panic, stay calm, and then try to find the next solution. And so luckily for us, the attorney, he gave us grace. He understood that things happen. He did let us know that it was a little bit of an inconvenience because he had to reprint the documents because he was expecting the second witness to be present for all three signings, and he already had her name populated on the document, so he had to print again. It's just it was I don't want to say it was a complete mess, but it was an inconvenience. It was an inconvenience. So he gave us grace, and we were able to knock out those three estate signings. So that was the first four signings of the day taken care of. And the rest of the signings that took place after that, those three estate signings with the witness, the rest of the signings of the day went very smoothly. Wasn't any issues that took place. The next few signings after that was the two medical affidavit signings. The clients, this is for a personal injury law firm that we've been working with, going on 3 years now. We've been working with this client, working with this law firm going on 3 years now. And oftentimes, majority of the time, they send us very easy assignments. They typically need 1 to 2 medical affidavits notarized. These signings are taking place either at chiropractors, either at the doctor's office, plastic surgery offices, pretty much anything that's within the medical field, and these signings take place. Normally 1 to 2 signatures that need to be notarized, no scan backs needed. We just need the notary to show up. The notary doesn't even have to confirm the signing because the law firm already lets the medical office know to expect the notary at this certain time. So oftentimes, we just have the notary just show up, get the document signed, notarized, no scan backs required. They let us know that it's been completed, and the client will pay us same day, so we can make sure the notary gets compensated within 24 hours. So those signings went pretty smoothly, those two affidavit signings. And then the rest of the day was just estate signings. So these were estate signings that took place in California, I want to say Texas, and some other areas as well. And those signings went very smoothly, no issues. And so the cool thing, and I want to say the cool thing about doing these signings that didn't come up. The cool thing about these signings that took place after that situation we went through for the witnessing is all the notaries that we worked with for these estate signings were notaries who we already have relationships with, notaries who are professional. They pretty much know what to do going into the signing. And so I didn't need to get a phone call about if they need to have trustee verbiage or there's a name missing or a name that's spelled incorrectly. I mean, absolutely no issues took place. And so everything got signed and completed. And that was our 13th signing day. So our first signing of the day was at 6:30 a.m. and the last signing of the day took place at 4 p.m. So 13 signings took place between 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I had the rest of my day after 4 p.m. to either chill or just do whatever I wanted to do. So it was a humbling experience. It was a humbling experience. The reason why I say that is because If you've been watching my content, where I started from was basically with working with signing services. I was one of the people that was always going to the mailbox. I was always going to the mailbox, just making sure that did my check come in. All right, when is the check coming in? So to come from that and to just being grateful for man, just making $85 on a refi. Just making $85 on a refi, I was grateful for that. And so to go from that to getting 5 signings a week, 7 signings a week to 10 signings a week. These days now we're doing like just this past week, I had 26 signings. I had 26 signings this past week. And going into this week, I have 21. And so to have our first 10 plus signing day, 13 signings in a single day is very humbling. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. And it just lets me know that I'm going, and it just lets me know that I'm going in the right, I'm going in the right direction. Our company is trending in the right direction, and we have much more work to do. And so, lessons that I learned. Let's talk about the lessons that I learned from this 13 signing day. Number one, don't panic. There are going to be some situations where things just don't go your way. Things are going to happen along the way, like the witness not showing up for the first 2 signings and just not communicating to us what was going on. And so in situations like that, you got to remain poised. You got to remain calm. You got to be over communicator. You got to stay in constant communication with the client, stay in constant communication with the notary slash witness to make sure we're all on the same page and we can avoid the situation later at a later date. Um, Another lesson I learned is again, you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. The notary business, within this business, is show that you got to keep at it. You have to keep at it. There's been multiple times I've come across people where they say they're doing the work, they're doing the marketing, they're doing all the necessary things that they need to do to build their business, but they're not consistent, right? They may have 2 to 3 days where they're really on it, they're on top of it, but they let distractions get in the way, or they let a bad situation get in their way, and they let those 2 to 3 days of good progress go, and they go a month, they go 2 months without marketing, and then you're expecting to get new business coming in, but you're not doing the outreach, you're not doing the marketing, you're not doing the things that you need to do day in and day out in order to get that new business. That's another lesson I've learned. And another lesson that I've learned from this experience, and this is going to relate to the new client that we acquired, is get clear. You gotta get clear on your marketing channels, right? So when I talk about marketing channels, what do I mean by that? Is are you what channels are you using to get new business? Are you sending out cold emails? Are you cold calling? Are you using social media? If you are using social media, is it LinkedIn? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube? Is it alignable? Like, what channel are you using? Right? Is it SEO? Are you leveraging your Google business profile? Are you using leveraging your website? And if you are using your website, are you using different landing pages? And there's so many different things that you can do to get new business. But the thing what's helped me to get new success is getting clear on my marketing channel. And so I've been one that has tried a multitude of different things. Just as a notary entrepreneur, you're gonna throw different things out there and see what sticks. And emailing is my channel. It's the channel that I'm going to use to bring in new business. And luckily for me, it has been that making that decision on just emailing and getting clear on my marketing has been very helpful for me. And so now I'm able to go into each day knowing what needs to be done. So if I'm sending 10 emails a day, 15 a day, 20 a day, all right, what I've gotten very clear on what needs to get done, and then I execute it. And then once I execute it, I got to be patient. A lot of times we want to get new business. We're doing the marketing, right? But we're not patient. We expect like just think about it, right? When you're marketing to estate attorneys, you got to figure they're dealing with clients, right? Especially if they have a team already. They have paralegals, they have a manager, they have all of these necessary pieces in place so their business can function. Most times they're not going to get back to you on that first email, not even on the second email or the third email. It took me 10 plus attempts to get in front of this attorney and finally get his business. And then when I finally got his business, I could have lost that business based on the witness not showing up. And so you gotta you gotta continue to stay after it, right? Continue to stay after it. If you continue to stay after it, you're gonna win. And then the last lesson that I learned from this experience is just leveraging AI. ChatGPT has been such, man. It's just it's almost like it's almost like I have a it's like having another person that's working for you, but what the technology, what it's capable of, it's unreal. It's almost like I've been using it for mostly like copywriting and for marketing, right? And I'm not gonna lie, like my marketing copy, like my copy has just been so clear. It's just so clear, it's so concise. And I think that has played a role in how I've been able to not just land a new client, but I've been getting some really good replies just from the estate attorneys who I've been marketing to. It's led to conversations, is essentially what you want. And with ChatGPT, we're using leveraging AI, man, it is the return that I've gotten on just paying $20 a month for ChatGPT is I mean, come on, the ROI is ridiculous. So leverage AI in your business. You don't have to leverage it for every single thing, but if it's one thing to leverage AI for, leverage it for copywriting for your marketing. And just be patient. You'll be surprised the results that you get. Um, and then last lesson too. I thought that was the last lesson. I spoke on this before, but I'm gonna speak on it again. For those 13 signings, I was not present for any of those signings. I'm gonna say it again. We had 13 signings, and I was not present for any of those signings. I didn't stamp any documents. I didn't serve as a witness for any of those documents. I mean, for those signings, I wasn't present for any of them. Only thing I needed to do, as a matter of fact, my team. Well, let me recap the 13 signings, right? I didn't stamp a document. I didn't witness a single document. I didn't drop any documents off. And I also didn't schedule the signings. I didn't schedule the signings and I didn't close out the signings. I have a team of people that did this for me. And so, what I want notaries to do, if there's a natural progressive, a progression that's going to take place within your business, I want I want more notaries to consider starting a signing service, not on a nationwide level, maybe not even on a statewide level, but just on a level of like within your county. So if you have a signing that's 100 miles away from you, why would you drive to that signing? Why would you drive to a signing that's 100 miles away from you? It would make much more sense for you to partner up with a notary who can do the signing for you and can provide and and work out the splits for the signing. So that way you can focus more on your time on bringing in new business. And so I didn't have to do any of those signings. I was still able to, make time for my family, make sure I got picked up my kids from school, make sure I need to do my things I need to do as a husband, as a father, all the necessary things I need to do outside of this business. And everything went really smoothly. So again, that's it. I don't know what much more else to tell you guys. Had my first 10 plus signing day. We had 26 signings in a single week. That's also a career high. And then going into this week, we got 21 signings on the calendar. And I also want to mention that we have 105 signings. I think as of right now, maybe more, but we got over 100 plus signings on the calendar for this month. And the month isn't completed yet. And so if all goes well, I would have my first 100 signing month as well. So really cool stuff, but really cool stuff that we're working on right now. Um, well, just man, we're just continuing to work, continue to stay after it, continue to stay consistent. If you're a notary that's watching this video right now, which you should be doing, if you want to partner with us, you want to work with us, if you want to be a notary, if that's a part of the Stamper Signings Network, you have to go to Closewise is the signing platform that we use to send out signing requests. So please don't call. I appreciate the phone calls from the notaries who want to know about joining our network. I definitely appreciate it. But please go to closewise.com, set up a profile. So once you get your profile set up, then we can start sending you signing requests. But please do not call about how to join our network. Please go to closewise.com, sign up as a notary, and once you get signed up, you will get signing requests from us for upcoming signings. So I hope you guys got value from this video today. I hope you guys are building your business and building towards having your first 10 signing day, having your first 20 plus signing week, and so on and so forth. If you got any value from this, make sure you share this video with a notary. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And until next time, guys, peace.